Welcome to another edition of WCW 2006 here in TEW 2020. And let me just start out by saying, in case you missed it during the Slamboree episode, I have decided I will do the rest of this series on TEW 2020 until I book SummerSlam 2006. And then at the beginning of September, I'll do the conversion, make any edits to the data I need to, and start the series on the third edition. It'll be on TW9 on then. So at the current rate, that gives us another, probably a couple months. Basically we'll do that. And then by then, hopefully TW9 will be probably in a pretty solid state. But yeah, that's it. But let's move on with Nitro. Live from the RBC Center in beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina, in front of a little over 14,000 people. We start with, of course, the, typical post pay-per-view, pictures courtesy of WCW.com, focusing on Ray Jr. and Matt Sydal winning aerial assault. Brother Ray turning on the truth, and Ken Anderson, of course, AJ Styles winning the three-way dance. Tonight, that gets 73, and as the youngsters put over, the match and everything like that, AJ Styles music hits, and he comes down to the ring. Oof, okay, let me see here. What actually hurt this? Not actually sure. I mean, I guess this was a little long. Oh, I guess I keep on writing AJ has a poor gimmick. Okay, oh well. I sort of hoped this was going to get good writing, but it didn't, but not the end of the world. Anyway, AJ comes out, says, Raleigh, North Carolina, how you do tonight? Last night, I proved once again that I am the face that runs this place, and I'm phenomenal by defeating Eddie Guerrero and Rob Van Dam in that three-way dance. And look, those two are two of the best to do it in the ring right now, and they push me to my limits. But when the dust settled, there's only one man standing tall, still holding this title, and that man is me, AJ Styles. He then says, last night was a big night for lots of people, but Goldberg took care of Alex Wright. Ray Jr. and Matt Sydal survived aerial assault, and somebody who competed in that, that's a hell of a thing to do. But that just means there are lots of people who are still aiming for me, the world champion. So, there's lots of people I like choose to take on and get at Rank Eric and Bash to be the next number one contender. And the man I've chosen, and then I'm back, starts up, and out comes Eric Bischoff, and he says, AJ, look, congrats on your win. You once again, why you're the world champion. But let's be honest, after a victory like that, you must be feeling pretty damn good about yourself. Well, I've been thinking about how to keep that momentum going here on Nitro. And you see, I like giving opportunities. I like giving opportunities to the roster to prove they deserve to be on Nitro and in big matches on Nitro. So tonight, I'm going to give the whole roster a huge opportunity. A chance to earn a shot at that WCW World Championship. You see, tonight's main event is going to be a Battle Royal. But not just any Battle Royal. It's not going to be a regular Battle Royal. It's not going to be a gauntlet where people are coming out every 30 seconds or a minute. No. What's going to happen is eliminations happen by pinfall, submission, or by throwing your opponent over the top rope. And last man standing, however they get there, will be the man who will earn a shot at your World Championship at Great American Bash. So, Styles, hope you're ready, because every man in that locker room is going to be gunning for a shot at your title. And everyone tonight, they'll think about one thing. Be the man who ends your reign at Great American Bash. So, good luck. Then AJ says, Eric, that's great. Look, anybody who wants to get out of the ring and survive a battle royal like that, they deserve that one match tonight. See, no matter how many butters they toss for the top rope, how many pins they get, or whatever. The truth is, when stepping in the ring, they're stepping into my world. They're stepping into my ring, and they're going to find out real quick why I'm the world champion. So, whoever comes out tonight, I'll be ready for them at Great American Bash. And just like last night, and just like every night, I'm going to prove why I am the phenomenal AJ Styles, and why I'm still going to be the world champion. 74, not sure if this was just AJ having a bad night, or I'm forgetting AJ's not good, but like he's had better promos, so I'm thinking maybe I'm thinking here, I'm trying to figure this out. Regardless, there's our opening promo. Let's move on with the match with the next show. All right, and we continue with our first match of the night, which is a big four-way cruiserweight match involving, of course, basically the entirety of our cruiserweight roster, outside of Maverick Chance and Matt Sydal, and obviously the new world cruiserweight champion, Cruiserweight Cassidy O'Reilly. It's almost like we need some more cruiserweights or something. Regardless, Jimmy Rave gets the big win after like 9 minutes of high spots. Great Suzuki gets his spots, and Reckless Roberts gets some, big suplexes in, more basically sells, but eventually Rave gets the big win on the Great Suzuki. I'd have to double check his finisher, but like he gets a big win here. It gets a 70, so he gets a 69. Roberts gets a 62. Moore gets a 47. Rafe gets a 56. Unfortunately, he has a fractured cheekbone, but I still wanted to give him the win. But still, 70. Good stuff. And post-match, Rafe celebrates as he gets 67, as the intro is put over, his strong work since arriving here on Nitro. And then we cut backstage, where we see the stable of Captivation. Of course, Lexi James and Aries Dawkins have been around like the past few weeks, but there for the first time in a while is Lacey Dumas, and she still is basically she still has a brace around her knee, and she says, it's been a while, hasn't it? Almost 2 months since that cage match. A lot happened, but I've been watching. And let me tell you something. It's taken every ounce of self-control to not just storm back into that ring and remind everybody who the hell I am. But this injury, this time its way, is only making me stronger, more focused, more dangerous. While I've been out, Lexi and Desiree here have been holding it down. They've been doing exactly what we set out to do. Prove we run this women's division. But I promise you, very soon, we will be back at full strength, and where we are, there's not a damn thing anybody can do to stop us. The moment I was sidelined, everybody thought Captivation was done, that these two women would crumble without me. But they showed you, didn't we? Didn't they? They showed everybody Captivation more than just women. We're a force, and we're here to stay. And both Lexi and Desiree look confident, but they also look a little distracted. Anyway, Mickey glances over Lexi glances over Desiree, who's up, says, I've heard all the whispers, all talk about Tricia Skye might have taken Lizzie out, but they forget one thing. We don't roll over and die. We fight back harder than ever. And sooner than later, everyone will see exactly how strong we are, where we stand, and just how powerful we really are. That makes, Lexi do a little giggle, and she says, that's right. Let's forget that, Tricia, you won that battle, but the war is never over between us. Sooner or later, you'll find exactly why, even though you may have taken Lizzie out temporarily. We'll stand tall at the end, and you'll be ruined the day you ever got in the way of Captivation, Tricia. Then Lizzie says one last thing. The division has been unnoticed since we formed. We've proven time and time again we're not just a flash and pan group. We're going to be the standard here in WCW, on Nitro, and the women's division. So, enjoy your little victories while I've been gone. Because sooner than later we'll be at full strength, and we're going to remind everybody why we are the most dominant force this division has ever seen. Unfortunately, Lizzie rolled badly, but could have been worse. 60, not bad. And then, really good promo. We then cut backstage to sort of basically a spooky part of the backstage area. Dimly lit, and we got Raven, we got Morgan, we got Red Rum, and we got the Prophet. And Raven says, Last night was but a glimpse into the void. A mere taste of the chaos, the anarchy, the destruction, the depravity that the Nest is bringing to WCW. I warned you. We warned all of you from the start that we were coming. We promised a path of destruction, damnation, and domination. And now, as the embers of Slamboree still smolder, you witness the first steps of our plans. Brother A, you thought you could resist. You thought you could fight against the tide that is Nest. At the end, not even you could deny the truth. We all saw what happens. What you did when you embraced the inevitable. You turned your back on your so-called allies, your so-called friends, and embraced the chaos we bring. And doing so, you took the first steps to your old salvation or your own damnation. Because the line, it's so thin, isn't it? But make no mistake, last night was only the beginning. The first step to bring this entire company to their knees. To watch as the pillars that hold up the facade of this order, of this supposed great company, comes crawling down into the abyss once again. There's no stopping to what we've begun. The Nest will spread its wings over WCW, and the shadow it casts will blow out the light, leaving only darkness. And tonight, there's a battle royal. It's a funny thing. Winners are shot at the title. It's all very exciting, I guess. In some ways, it's very predictable. But understand this. Whatever happens tonight, whether I choose to enter that ring and claim what should be mine, or whether I allow the chaos to unfold as it will, it will be all as I have planned. Every move, every decision, every moment has been just another piece in the puzzle that I am putting together. I am not bound by the same rules as the rest of you. I do not play your games. I do not care for your accolades, your fleeting moments of glory, the cheers of the sheep. What I seek what I seek is far greater. It is the destruction of everything you hold dear. To bring this industry to its knees and watch as the hubris built over decades makes it crumble. So let everyone fight, let everyone battle. Let them crawl and scratch for that little slice of gold, that little bit of glory. Let them revel in the illusions of being something more than they are. Because the end, when the lights go out and the shadows get cold, we will remain the nest. We will learn who dictates the course of the future. Quoth the Raven, nevermore. So yep, good promo, 93, really good stuff. Basically blowing off the feud with our baby faces, especially against Brother Rage and Teal. And yeah, moving on. Then we have a quick little segment as backstage we see Celine Cartier has been beaten up by somebody. And Tricia Skye comes upon her, brings in officials, and just react like saying somebody's obviously trying to take Tricia Skye's friends out before she has to face Penny Grable later tonight on Nitro. Then we cut to last night as we see Jeremy Borash chasing Brother Ray as he gets into his car after Slamboree. As Borash asks him what the hell he did, what was he doing. After months, he turned on the people he had simply backed, and Ray just refuses to talk to him and pushes Borash out of the way as he gets in his car and drives away. As this gets a 73. Then we have Matt Sydal versus Ray Gordy as the Undertaker's put over that at Slamboree, the Southern Sisters got the big win over America's Most Wanted, and they're already announced as the new number one contenders to the new WCW World Tag Team Champions, Matt Sydal and Ray Gordy. And they have a steel show match bash, but unfortunately they don't click. Ironically, Sydal gets a 67, Gordy gets a 54, but they still get a 77 overall. Both Noble and Ray Jr. are at ringside, and they start yelling at each other. Eventually, they start brawling, which allows Sydal to be distracted just long enough for Gordy to get the low blow and roll up with a foot on the ropes and get the fall win here on Nitro. 77, good stuff. Would have been maybe like low 80s without the bad chemistry, but hey, still pretty good considering. And post-match is a stare down as the Undertaker's put over. It's already been signed for Great American Bash. Where are you? 2 versus 2. The World Tag Team titles on the line. Rey Mysterio Jr. Matt Sydal. Jamie Noble. Ray Gordy. For the World Tag Team titles. 70, just stare down as, Undertaker put that over. Then we have a series of basically quick promos here to put over the Battle Royal. First we have, Ric Flair with Blaster Lashley and Cesaro, as Flair says, "Woo! Tonight, boys, about making history, evolution, about dominance, about legacy. Tonight we add that legacy. Lashley and Cesaro are two of the biggest SOBs we get in that ring, and they're the future of this business, and they're in a single man in Battle Royal who can match what you bring to the table. Whether it's Guerrero, Jarrett, Kaz, Storm, Le Pen, or everybody else, you're going to realize what happens when you step in the rings of evolution. You want power, you got Lashley. You want finesse, you got Cesaro. Woo! Tonight, they're going to walk down the aisle and walk out of that Battle Royal. One of them is number contender. Doesn't matter who it is, because when Evolution's in the building, everyone else is just playing catch-up. Tonight, it's Evolution's time. Woo! And then we cut to Stacy Keibler, who's standing with Kaz, and she says, tonight it's about opportunity, and there's no one better to that opportunity than Kaz. We have been waiting for this moment as in KO, and with the arrival of Ken Suzuki, we're not going to allow it to slip away. After the disappointment of aerial assault, there's only one path, and that path is forward. We are shown what is capable when we took down the tag division, and now it's time for Kaz to take that next step. AJ Styles, you're a great competitor, but Kaz is that much better, and after he wins tonight, he will show you what it truly means to be phenomenal." And then we cut to Jeff Jarrett, and he says, "I've been overlooked for too damn long. Same route every night. I come here trying to remind people that I'm Jeff Jarrett, 4-time world champion, the chosen one. But tonight, that all changes. I'm going to be standing tall with a title shot in my hand. I've been in this business a damn long time. I've seen them all come and go. But the reason I'm still here tonight around the world why Jeff Jarrett is the real main event. Slap nuts, you better get ready, because after tonight, there's never going to be a doubt who the new number one contender is going to be." And finally, we get to Eddie Guerrero. And Eddie says, "You think a three-way dance was going to stop me, Holmes? You think a loss is going to keep me down? Nah. They just a little bigger fire inside me. Tonight's Battle Royal, it's my chance to take back what's mine. Styles, you got like a Slamboree tonight. I'm not going for luck. It's about familia, pride, and respect. And the world title is coming home to me at Great American Bash. One or the other. Because there's going to be nothing but heat. I'm ready to burn down anybody who stands in my way. Viva la raza. So, 4 quick promos basically putting over the Battle Royal, as is getting 94. Good stuff. Then, oh my god, ODB's been eaten up as Bischoff and various roster members find her laid out. Because 63, there's a quick segment as we move forward here on Nitro. Then we're cut backstage, where Jeremy Barash is with the new Cruiserweight Champion, Cassidy Riley, his manager, Misty, and Titus Tomko, who, of course, was seemingly signed up to help Riley get that win over Maverick Chance last night. And, Barash asks about that, and, Misty says, Jeremy, what did I tell you? I told everybody Cassidy Riley was the hottest rage in professional wrestling, and my talent and skills brought him in here and will take him to the top. And look at what he's carrying now, the Cruiserweight Championship. You see, you need someone who knows how to take advantage of every opportunity to get you to the top of this business. That's where I come in. And I'm smart enough to know even I can't do it at all. That's why we brought in the big man here. Tomko Product Agency was exactly what we needed. And just like I promised, Titus provided the muscle to make sure Cassidy walked out as a Cruiserweight Champion. And now that Cassidy's the champion, nothing is going to be able to take that away from him. And then Cassidy steps in and says, you're damn right. I walked into TEW as the hottest region in the business, and I proved it at Slamboree. I did exactly what I said I would. I walked in that ring and took that belt off Maverick Chance and walked out of Slamboree as a champion. You see, this title right here, this represents the best of the best, and that's around the waist of the best. I don't care if it's Maverick against some international star, an uppercomer, a veteran, or whomever. Doesn't matter who they put in front of me, I'm proving that this title belongs to me and nobody else, and will stay with me and mine for a long damn time. And then Barash asked Titus exactly how Misty, what Misty paid him to, be, to get services of Tomko Production Agency. And Misty steps in and says, "Oh, Jeremy, you don't need to hear from Titus. His actions speak louder than words. He's a man of few words with plenty of impact, and you don't want to worry about how I gained his services." And then, Cassidy steps in and says, "This is the beginning of the era of O'Reilly. Everybody in the back better realize this is my title for as long as I want." 63, decent promo, and, sort of moving forward on the storyline. And then, okay. Ooh, okay, really good, actually. So, Penny Grable versus Tricia Skye has been set up for the past couple weeks. Back and forth match. Grable gets to do some of her old school stuff and, spill in some of her own stuff. But eventually, Tricia gets the advantage, hits a few big moves, eventually even goes for the sky's the limit, or hits a chick kick and goes for the sky's the limit, but Grable turns it into a sit-down powerbomb, rolls through. But, then as, Tricia gains advantage, Grable's able to slip out and hit a quick sort of takedown and then go and complain to the ref about her cheating. And as, she's sort of explained to the ref about what's happening, being sort of touchy, old school wrestler she's supposed to be. All of a sudden, Lexi James slides in, hits Lexi DDT on Mickie James, on Tricia, out of chair she brought in, takes the chair out with her, rolls out before the ref sees it. Grable turns around, hits a big splash on Tricia. 1, 2, 3, and she has seemingly gotten a huge win over a legend in the women's division here. With help from Lexi James? What the hell? This gets a 79, Grable gets a 57, Tricia gets a 75. Let's see here, was there anything really bad? Inconsistency, what can you do? But then, the really surprising thing is as Grable comes in, she begins the beatdown on Tricia Skye, but then in comes Lexi James and also Desiree Dawkins for a 3-on-1 beatdown before WCW officials come down, as the announcers basically ask, where the hell is Lizzie James? Does this mean Penny Grable is now a member of Captivation? And if so, why isn't Lizzie out here with the rest of them? This gets a 70 as we move forward here on Nitro, after a huge win for Penny Grable. Then we're backstage with Southern Syndicate. And, what's where I'm looking for here's, for our talking about the big win tonight, and of course over at America's Most Wanted last night. And what's up says tonight is just a taste of what to kill me see right here. He didn't just beat Mind Cell, he sent a message to the whole damn tag division. We came here to play games, we came here to take over. Last night's Slamboree, we hit down the supposed greatness of America's Most Wanted, and now we got our sights on those pretty little belts Ray and Matt are carrying around. And Gordy says, damn right. You see, tonight was just the beginning. We've been betting our time, making sure that when the moment was right, we'd strike. And last night, we proved we're not contenders, we're the top dogs in the division. NW was taken down, just like that, thanks to the greatness of Noble and my second generation skills. If that doesn't prove it's our time, I don't know what does. And Noble themselves says, as far as we're concerned, Ray and Sydal are just holding on to those belts until we come and take what's rightfully ours. Because nobody can deny what's the team to beat. They might have won that aerial assault match, crashing into things, flying out things, going all over, but that doesn't mean a damn thing when you got Southern Grit determination. We're the real deal, and those belts are good as ours. So, in a few weeks, at Great Intro Bash, either Mysterio in your pretty little mask, or Matt Sydal, you got two choices. Tap and hang over those tag belts, or hear your bone snap. 74, good promo, putting over, the upcoming tag match. Then we get a Revolution recap, focusing on Rob Van Dam, which gets a 67. Then we have an interesting segment, as we have Toland and Divine still basically commiserating over, what the hell happened last week with, with Social Scene walking out with Jimmy Rave, as, Toland's like, I'm the sexiest man in WCW. How does that pipsqueak, that dork, end up getting them? What he got that we don't? And Divine's like, look. Girls, you don't want to try to figure them out, because you can't. As a great man once said, what happens when you have what do you get when you have a man and you take away all reasoning and self-control? Women. But you see, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Plenty of other women in this crowd, in the city, or even this company, who will kill for a night with either the sexiest man in WCW or somebody who is simply Divine. And as Tank about to say something, in walks Jeff Jarrett, who's about ready to cut out for his battle royal. He says, "Hey, Divine, I say, boys, about time you were here. And hey, look, Tank. Slapnuts, are you ready to join the chosen few and rise up to the top with me and Johnny?" And Divine's like, yeah, Jeff, totally. We're all about that winning lifestyle, and there's no place to be than alongside somebody like you, Jarrett. And, Jarrett's like, that's what I'm talking about. You see Slapnuts, with me leading and charging to the side, there's no damn stopping us. Tolan, you got fire in your belly, and you've been almost there before, both my backing and Johnny's help. We will rise to the top and show everybody why you are the chosen few and why I'm the chosen one. And you'll prove what it takes to stand with the best of them. And Tolan is about to say something, but, confused. But Divine sort of elbows him and then says, absolutely, Jeff, we're all in. Ready to do whatever it takes to be top of the WCW. Jeff's like, damn right you are. Tonight, that battle royal is mine to win. There's one is heading straight to the top. And with you two backing me up, there's no way I'm not walking here the number one contender. Just think, by the end of the night, we'll be celebrating a big old win, and that world title will be weeks from being back around my waist. And he heads out. He says, just remember, stick with me, and you'll be riding the high life in no time. I'll see you out there. And he leaves, and Tolan turns to Johnny and says, Johnny, what the hell happened? Did he assume I wanted to join the chosen few? I never asked you to do that. And Johnny's like, look, don't overthink this. Look, Jarrett's Jarrett. He's got a one-track mind when it comes to that title. Just roll with it. If he wants you to be in, you're in. And who knows? Maybe this could work out in our favor. Jarrett's a legend here. I was honestly doing nothing, then I hooked up with him, and I've been this close to this many belts. And Tank's like, look, I'm not sure I'm cut out for the chosen few business. I've had tag team partners before, it didn't really work out. And I got this close to really being at the top of the singles division. I just need to sort of rework things and prove really that Sexy Human WCW is ready to go to the top. And Divine's like, look, just play along for a bit, okay? Hang back. Let's see how Jeff does tonight, and we'll go from there, all right? And Tank agrees. 76, and this is the beginning of a story. And then, before the Battle Royal, We got all 14 men, including men like I said, like Kaz, Storm, Le Pen, Evolution, and so on. And then Eddie Guerrero's music hits. He comes up to the top of the ramp, and he says, tonight I was sitting backstage, watching the show, and something dawned on me. You see, Holmes, I taped a little promo earlier talking about how I was going to walk to the Battle Royal, toss out every one of you so-called contenders, and take my rightful place on top of the TEW, right where I belong. But then, after I finished that promo, ate some catering, and was getting ready for my match, I realized something. Why the hell does Eddie damn Guerrero need to win some goofball battle royal to get another shot at the world title? Why should I have to jump through hoops like a damn circus animal when everyone in this building, everyone watching at home, everybody in that ring knows I'm the one who should be walking the Great Bash as the number one contender? I was this close to winning at Slamboree, even with Rob Van Dam being an ankle around my waist. And look at the lineup in this ring. We got Lance Storm. Lance, you're a great wrestler, but, let's be honest here. No one wants to hear you speak. People barely want to watch you wrestle. Especially when they could have somebody like me, who's fantastic in the ring, and, well, just hear me on the mic. After all, has anybody bought a ticket to face you, even up in Calgary? And then he turns to Jeff. Oh, Slapman himself. All those world champions. Of course, they were all 3 days? All won in wacky gimmick matches like this that Dork Russo put together. Let me tell you something, Holmes. How many times have you held that gold ripped away from you? How many times have you fallen flat on your face since then? You crawling back doesn't prove you're the chosen one. All you've proven is you're just a failure with a guitar. Mixed pop because, we hate Jarrett. And then there's that dysfunctional trio over there. Anderson, Ron, Brother Ray. Muchachos. You let a weirdo freak like Raven and his band of misfits tear you apart, and now you think any of you can win the world title? Brother Ray, you turned your back on those two and you think they're going to let you win? And you think after letting Brother Ray turn on you, you're going to win this battle royal? Hell, truth, you're nothing but a dancing joke. And Anderson, well, you're all bark and no bite. And he finished by, so here's the thing. Grow family values means never having stooped down to fight the riches, has-beens, and never will be's to be in the main event. I don't need this match. I don't need to prove myself to anyone because I'm Eddie Guerrero. I'm better than everybody standing in that ring. So, enjoy whoever walks out as the number one contender, and now I'm waiting to take my place at the top. Big Booze gets a 96, and now it's time for the Battle Royal. So, yeah, that's what I sort of expected here. We put Eddie in here, even though he really wasn't in here, because, I just had to. But, anyway, total of people is Wright, Lashley, Brother Ray, Claudio, Eddie, officially, Jarrett, Kaz, Anderson, Lance Storm, Maverick Chance, Raven, Le Pen, Truth, Tomko, and Tajiri. So, as you expect, what happens actually early on is just sort of put over things. Wright hits, hits a chop block on Tajiri and just rolls him for a quick pinfall to eliminate him first. And things break down, Lashley and Claudio look strong, but eventually they get taken out, as they're distracted. Chance gets, thrown in a power spot for Lashley. It looks like basically, then we get Brother Ray, Truth going after Brother Ray, and then, Anderson trying to help. Anderson. So, yeah, basically things break down, everybody gets eliminated. Jarrett actually goes after, Wright, but Wright actually tosses him out with help from Brother Ray. Then Brother Ray tries to eliminate Wright, but then he gets saved by Kaz, and eventually things are breaking down. So our last 7 are, of course, are Wright, Anderson, Truth, Brother Ray. Sorry, Wright, Anderson, Truth, Brother Ray, Raven, and Kaz. So, things are going. Brother Ray and Kaz are fighting. Kaz actually gets nailed with a big powerbomb, ends up out of the ring on the outside, rolling through the bottom. But then as he's like, Ray's about to go after him, we hit a big double team as Truth and Anderson both take out Ray at the same time and actually get a big double pinfall on him to eliminate him. But then they're immediately taken out by Raven from behind and Wright. And then, but Wright fights back, but Raven, that allows Raven to hit a quick even flow DDT on the Truth and eliminate, and almost get to eliminate him. But Kaz actually pulls him to the outside, and they fight for a second before Raven throws Kaz into the ring post on the outside, comes back inside, but he gets nailed with a big sort of like rolling thing from rolling forward slam by Anderson, and actually he gets a pinfall. But as Anderson steps up, Wright comes from behind and nails him with a single arm DDT to get the pinfall and eliminate him. Wright is actually going after Truth, but Kaz comes in and actually hits a quick missile drop kick to send Wright to the outside, and then Wright and Anderson start fighting, and then Kaz and Truth face off, and they have a fun little match. Truth actually hits a few big moves, but eventually Truth misses a big his spinning forearm thing. Kaz steps up, boom, kick to the head. 1, 2, 3. Your winner and new number contender is Kaz. 77 overall, which is about what I expected. The whole time AJ Styles was on commentary officially, but I just put on at ringside. And then post-match, the entirety of the Nikkei come out to celebrate along with Stacy Keibler, and AJ Styles stands up at ringside as the announcers put over a big main event for Great American Bash for the world title. AJ Styles versus Kaz. Who would have thought when I began to say that Kaz would be in a main event of a pay-per-view? Overall, the show itself gets us 86. Okay, good stuff. Honestly, I was saved by the good promos. Okay, let's be really honest here. I was saved by Eddie Guerrero and Raven. I guess Jarrett's partly. But yeah, fun stuff. A little longer show than usual there, I think, just because there was lots of storyline stuff. That first week of every pay-per-view cycle is always lots and lots of storylines to set up. We got the interesting thing with Tricia Skye grabbing Grable. And here's the interesting. Tricia actually did the job, was happy to, didn't complain about doing the job to Penny Grable, which is interesting. Despite both Celine being very unhappy about doing the job, and Gail can be not happy about doing the job to Alley Danger. And we are waiting here. Come on, you can do it. I got faith in you. Come on, load up. Ah, God. Okay. Storyline-wise, we got... Oh, boy. Ray, he's a woman. I mean... Okay. Titus, what do you know about this? And yeah, Portia's dev contract is running out. I don't know. Let's see here. Nitro got a 1.79. Raw got a 1.86. We had Big Show and DDP defeating JBL and Batista in cage match. Imperial defeated Steven Richards. Viscera defeating Adam Jacobs. And yeah, that's about it. Really good show, though, from them. I mean, basically main event matches. We had Juvie Juice, Skyfall, Camel and Punk defeat Brian Christopher, Sam, and Maven in an 82. We had a Vampire Richards basket in 86. This all seemed like a shorter show. Let me actually check out something here. Did they, lessen the amount of their show? Hold on, let's see here. Events and TV. Raw's War. No, 2 hours. Okay, I guess. Interesting. That just seems like a shorter than no more. Anyway. So yeah, I'll be back in just a moment with Revolution. And welcome to Revolution, live from the Bancorp South Center in beautiful Tupelo, Mississippi, and where I forgot to book a Tupelo concession brawl, unfortunately. But can't always have it that way. But anyway, we start off the match with Kurt Angle's music getting to a big pop as he enters over his big win over Sean O'Haire at Slamboree, and he comes out of the ring and he says, "It's true, it's damn true. Last night at Slamboree, I did exactly what I was going to do. I beat Sean O'Haire within an inch of his life and made his ass tap out like the gutless coward he is. But that doesn't mean I'm done yet. Because you see, that wasn't enough. I still have unfinished business with the Thrillers. So Palumbo, you think you're some kind of big shot and you run the show, hiding behind your boys, running your mouth and let others do your work. Well, not tonight. Tonight, I want you in the ring so I can snap your ankle just like I did to O'Hare. And he waits for a minute and says, come on, come down here. Come down here. After all, you lost to London and Evans last night because I actually have talent and skill, unlike big, brawling, empty-headed brutes like you. Cue the Thrower's music as he comes down to the ring, but also Mark Jindrak, Sean O'Hare, Raven Rain, and Dyson Havoc, known as 1%ers, also come down basically to the, top of the ramp. And he says, hey, slow down there, Kurt. You think just because, Sean was off his game a little bit and he got injured, you're entitled to a shot at me, the leader of the pack? You see, Sean had an off night. Happens to a lot of us. But that doesn't mean you get to waltz in here and demand a match with me. You still got a lot to prove, Mr. Wrestling Machine. And I don't think you've got what it takes. This is not the Olympic mat anymore. This ring is our playground, and you don't get to call the shots around here. But, I'm feeling generous tonight. You want to prove yourself? Fine. But it's not going to be against me. As you said, I had a tough match last night, and I need to recover, along with Bang Deficit Mark here. But you can start out by taking on the 1%ers here in a tag team match later on Revolution. And Angle's like, is that supposed to scare me? Because it doesn't. You want to send your goons after me? Fine, I'll be more than happy to tap out both of these big dumb SOBs and send them crawling back to whatever biker gang they crawled out of. But don't think for a second I'm done with you. Tonight, I'll take out your boys, and sooner or later you have to step in the ring with me, and when you do, I'm going to make you pay for everything you've done to the show, to WCW, and to me. Because it's true, it's damn true that I'm going to kick your ass and make you tap out. And I was like, Kurt, you don't get it. This is about you proving anything. This is about us showing that we are untouchable. Because you see, look back in the locker room tonight. London Evans, they're out on promotional duty. Jeff Hardy, he's in a main event against Shane Helms tonight. Other people, even hell, the lesser Guerrero's in a match tonight. You're not going to be able to find anybody with the skill and talent to take on the 1%ers. Because you're just a ticking time bomb ready to explode. But hey, go ahead and try. It'll be much sweeter when you watch you fail. And then Angle steps in and says, O'Hare, don't have any sympathy for me. I'll always be able to find people who want to fight, and tonight will be no different. But hey, I can kick their ass 1-on-2 if I need to. Because unlike them, I have intelligence, integrity, and intensity. And then, Palumbo says, keep on talking, but don't get your hopes up. By the end of the night, you'll just be another broken man left in the dust of the Thrillers. Stare down, and there we go. Tag match set for later tonight, as it's 96, because hey, turns out Kurt Angle, good. Chuck Palumbo, pretty good. And, continuing the big feud here on Revolution. And then we have our wild card tag as set up last week on Revolution, as we've got little carders like Johnny Swinger, Dean Malenko, Prince Ose, and Roman Rossi, and Trevor Slater, along with newcomers as the entrance put over. This was considered an open call to anybody on the WWE roster, on the main roster, or on the developmental roster. And we see men like Tony Jones, Lance Lloyd, and Oscar Fernandez making their unofficial debut here. And this is an 8-man tag, and it's, just a pretty quick, 8-minute match. Everybody gets a little bit of spots in. But eventually what happens here is Johnny Swinger is able to hit Dean Malenko with a quick roll-up, putting his foot on the ropes to get the pinfall victory here in the 8-man tag. Slater gets a 64, Hernandez gets a 55, Rossi gets a 57, Spring gets a 52, Hoyt gets a 36, Jones gets a 51, Ose gets a 60, Malenko gets a 47. And yeah, this was happening in Southeast, so these guys are somewhat over due to Wildside. But yeah, just a quick, setup for an undercard thing to advance things, as this actually sets up something next as Teddy Long comes out. Yes, I know. As the Revolution GM. And he says, now hold on a minute, players. I hope you all aren't too tired from that little match you just had, because I got some news to make things just a little more interesting here. Now, first of all, let me congratulate you for you and your big win tonight. There's some serious competition, and all of you brought your A game. But each here on Revolution, we don't reward winners on a pat on the back. We give them opportunities to climb up the ladder and make a name for themselves. Now, as some of you said last week, you want a chance at some glory and a big spot in Revolution, and I can see that in your eyes. So here's the deal, players. Only one of you going to get the shot at that opportunity. Next week, right on Revolution, we're going to have ourselves a little fatal 4-way match. That's right, players. All 4 of you in that ring. You're going to step in the ring one more time, but every man for himself. And stakes, well, the winner of that match gets a chance at the United States Championship in the future. Now, I know what you all got to take to bring it and rise up. When one of you walk out the next week's number one contender, so you better bring out everything you got, because there's a chance to make a statement, show you the world you deserve to be here on Revolution. So, what you going to do? Are you ready to seize the moment? Are you ready to step up and prove what you got? Are you going to prove that you got what it takes for that gold? Then prove it to me next week on Revolution. So there you go, 4-way involving Swinger, Slater, Rossi, and Hot Stuff Fernandez. Even though we include him in the angle here, this gets a 57. Nothing too fancy here. Just setting up this little undercard feud I've done. Then we actually go backstage where Keith Walker is basically walking around like the backstage area. And he sees like Keith Walker basically on his own. And he says, Keith. And, Angle, Walker looks up a little surprised to see him. And he says, look, I know things haven't been easy for you lately. You've been drifting, finding your place, and I get it. It happens to the best of us. But here's the thing, Keith. You got the power, the drive, and the talent. You just need the moment to show it. And Kurt's like, what are you getting at? His Angle, like, I got a match tonight against some presenters. I need a partner. Now, I can do it on my own, but I'd rather have someone I know can hold his own. As you, Keith. Where we can show those punks what real power and what wrestling is all about. And, Walker's like, that's a big deal. I've been left off the shows the past few months because Long says there's not a spot for me at the moment. I get that ring and I dominate every time I get there. I make people tap out or I knock them hell out. And it's like, you're right. This is a big deal for you. This all should prove everyone in the locker room that Keith Walker isn't just some guy lost in the shuffle. You're a force to be reckoned with. And it's damn true. We're going to make sure everybody knows it. Walker agrees. And there we go. 71. Not the best for Angle. It's a 2-minute promo. Walker's Walker. But there we go. Then we go backstage where basically Molly Mayhem is like, still celebrating her tag title win. Sort of over the top way. And he basically tries to calm her down. As Colt is, distant and cold and being Nikita Colt. And, Malcolm like, can you believe it? We did it. We're the new tag team champs. Nobody else. We brought gold back to European Disunion just after you put me in the stable. I'm so glad and proud you let me be a member of European Disunion as you continues to talk. And, and Nikita finally breaks your talk up by saying, enough. Will you and we see us celebrate? I've been retooling. This loss, it means nothing in the grand scheme. What matters is what we do next. You see, you're right. These tag titles are just the beginning. There still seems to be out there to be dealt with. Trash like Still the Social Scene, Blonde Ambition, and others. They think they are worthy of you being in the ring with us, European Disunion. No, we're going to clean out this division. We're going to get rid of every pretender, every Fraulein, every weak link, make sure the titles stay where they belong, around the waist of European Disunion. But I also need to retool and come back stronger, more ruthless than ever, and focus on domination. We'll destroy everybody in our path and remind everybody why European Disunion ruled on this division for so long. And Molly's like, yeah, totally. We need to just dominate and kick everybody's ass. Yeah. And exactly, now let's get to work. So, still kind of a comedy statement, but also, restatement after, lost to Alex Alexander, basically saying she's not going to get another rematch and needs to recenter herself. 57. And then we have Chavo Guerrero basically kicking TJ Perkins' ass in 6 minutes as he's another deaf guy coming up. Gets a 63. Chavo gets a 68. TJ Perkins gets a 37. Pretty straightforward squash match here on Revolution. And then Chavo takes the mic and he says, last week, Sonny Siaki, we got in that ring and fought for the TV championship. And what happened? We went the distance, the match ended in a draw. Now, you walked away after that and you didn't want to wrestle because, let's be honest here, you were scared. You can talk your talk and be a brash all you want, but I'm Chavo Guerrero Jr. I'm a Guerrero. And I want to set out things in the ring the way it's supposed to be. Now you've been walking around, you're the hottest thing since my uncle. But let me tell you something else. You haven't faced anyone like me. Not really. Last week was just a taste, and you barely held on. So, if you got any guts, if you're the champion you can be, and not just a paper champion, then give me a rematch. See if you can actually beat a Guerrero, or if you're just hiding behind that belt. And then Sunny Saki comes down to the stage, and he says, let Sunny Saki get this straight, Chavo. You think you got what it takes to step up to Sunny Saki again? You think because we went to a draw last week, you're on Sunny Saki's level? Newsflash, Chavo. Sunny Saki isn't on your level. Sunny Saki is on a whole different level, and this Chavo right here, it's proof of that. Sunny Saki is a television champion because Sunny Saki is better than everybody else in the locker room, and that includes you. You want a rematch? Fine. Understand this. Sunny Saki is sick and tired of people coming up to him, to Sunny Saki, saying that a piece of crap like Chavo Guerrero Jr. could beat the TV champion. Sunny Saki doesn't just accept challenges, Sunny Saki crushes them. So next week, when we step in that ring, there won't be any draws, there won't be any damn excuses. Sunny Saki is going to show the world that you're just another guy who's going to get beaten, and this time Sunny Saki is going to make sure there's no question about who's the better man. And Chavo Jr. is like, that's exactly what I want. No excuses, just you, me, and that title. And when it's all said and done, you're going to realize the Guerrero name means something, and you're going to stare at the lights while I walk out with the TV title. Siaki smirks and says, Sunny Saki, wouldn't have it any other way. See you next week. Just don't cry when you lose again. 60, not bad. Siaki's not that over yet. Chavo's not the best promo guy, but still building up things for next week. And then we cut backstage, where we've got the former tag team champions, Booker T, Shelton Benjamin, and Shamrell. And, Booker's like, Very assault, that was a hell of a thing. We got really close to keeping those tag belts. We were just inches away, and you flew around like a damn machine, showing everybody that you're the next big thing in this business, sucker. But the time for us is to move on. I've shown you how you rise up in this company, and you've helped me keep at the top of my game, but it's time for the both of us to move on. And Shelton nods and says, we made a big impact. We brought style, skill, and excitement back to the tag team scene, and the fans loved every minute of it. And I appreciate what you've shown me outside in the ring, from strategy to skill. I've learned from the best, and just because we're not retired anymore doesn't mean the mentorship ends here. And Booker's like, oh, you better believe that. Tonight, when you take on Cash in that ring, I'll be in that corner, guiding you, supporting you, and making sure your rise to the top continues, while I refocus on getting back to the top and looking at that big gold belt back around my waist. So I'm just not a six-time world champion. I can add a seventh one to my name. And Chanel Sub says, tonight's the beginning of a new chapter for both of us. Shelton, you have all the tools to be one of the greatest, singles competitors in this company. And Booker, my love, we can get back to the top together. And Booker's like, that's what I'm talking about. Cash may talk his crap, but Shelton, you're going to get in there and give him a first-hand lesson in what wrestling is all about. Now, can you dig that? 72, not bad, because we actually rated Shelton and sets up the match later tonight, and that, basically the team is over, but they're going to still do, they're still together as allies after their much longer than I expected tag title reign. And then we're backstage with Amy Weber as she's with Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, and this is another promo where she asks about the main event tonight. Jeff Hardy is doing his kind of loopy Jeff Hardy type of promo, but he does point out that when I showed up here in WCW, the first man I faced off against was Shane Helms, and on my first night here in WCW, I won that US title off of you, and I ended your long reign. I showed I was the better man then. I'm going to show the better man now. And Matt's like, says, that's right. The moment we got here, when I came to join my brother, we rose to the top of the tag division pretty damn quick. Erica and I, we've had our problems the last couple months, but tonight's about resetting all that. And in the main event revolution, showing why the Hardy Boys are the top of the tag team division, why Jeff Hardy is a former US champ, and we can be the best in the world on our own, on singles, or together as the best tag team in this business. So, pretty solid promo, 80s, setting up the main event later tonight. And then we have Allie Danger destroying Cookie in 4 minutes by pinfall. This is mainly just to see how bad Cookie's in the ring. It's a 38, and the match gets a 38. Danger gets a 65. Nothing fancy here. Just like a complete beatdown, as she continues to look strong,
And then she takes out the kendo stick and just beats the hell out of Cookie until the ref finally pushes off. This gets a 44. I'm going to be honest here. I didn't have a women's match. I wanted a women's match on the show, and here we are, because other matches, like, there was no reason for them to just, happen yet, and I didn't want to put in a totally, a fairly big women's match with no, reasoning. So, here we go. You get a squash, Daniel looks strong, and the Ushers put over a big win over Gail Kim last night at Slamboree. And then we cut to a video, basically pre-tape from last night in the backstage area, as we see Monty Brown, in the backstage area. He's drenched in sweat, and he's pacing the backstage area, looking like, the bad man he is. And he says, "Did you see it? Did you feel it? Did you witness what I just did out there? I just went to hell and back that Sanse Death Match, and I came out on top. You tried to drag me down to your darkness, tried to make me feel the pain you supposedly live with every day, but all you do is make me stronger, more vicious, more relentless. You all thought Messi was going to be the one to finally put me down, but guess what? The alpha male still stands. The baddest man on the planet is right here, standing tall and proving once again, when you step in the ring with Monty Brown, you step in my world, the Serengeti." And that was just the beginning. Messias was just a stepping stone, another body left in my wake. But now it's time to look ahead. There's a new target, a new prey in my sights. AJ Styles, you've been dancing around, talking about being the face that runs this place, about being phenomenal. You've been taking down challengers left and right. But you ever face someone like me, you ever face the power, the speed, the intensity of the alpha male. You think you're untouchable. You think because you survived that three-way dance Slamboree, you're on top of the world. Well, guess what, AJ? The world on top of is my Serengeti. And sooner or later, you're going to be another victim, just another prey left in the dust after you get pounced. You're living on borrowed time, and so is your title reign. You can't outrun me, you can't outfight me, and you damn sure can't survive me. The Serengeti doesn't have mercy, and neither do I. And sooner or later, when we're in that ring, across from each other, just remember, you're not phenomenal. You're just food. And AJ, I'm hungry. Real hungry. 86, good promo. Basically, hey, Monty Brown's probably the next contender if AJ wins the Great American Bash. And then we have a backstage promo as Helms and Kidman basically, don't exactly whine, but they say, in another world, we're sitting here as the World Tag Team Champions, and showing that we are the most legendary tag team, the most legendary two-men in WWE today. Our allocates are unlimited. But tonight's not about that. Tonight's about showing everybody that we are the best in the world, still. We're going to be Fusion, Matt Sydal may have those tag belts, but they'll be around our waist sooner or later. And then Kim says, that's right, tonight Shane gets in the ring with Jeff Hardy. And Jeff, you can talk about you winning the US title off Shane, but forget he won that US title right back off of you, and he kicked your ass many, many times, just like I have. Because we are legendary, and you're not. Pretty, straightforward heel promo. 82, putting over the main event later tonight. Nothing fancy here, just a promo. And then we have our tag match, which, is basically what you expect, just a bit of a brawl. When it's a walk around 1%ers in there, Angle comes in and dominates, hits suplexes on everybody, because he can hit suplexes on these guys without a moment. Dice and Havoc, get some big power moves in, and actually get a big power move in on Keith Walker near the end, but it's capable by Angle. Angle's hitting a bunch of suplexes, and actually hits the Angle Slam on Havoc. But then as the crowd pops, in comes the Thrillers down from ringside, and the beatdown is on. And, Angle, looks strong for a moment here, actually fighting everybody off, and Walker gets some brawling, but eventually things are 5-on-2, and part of the 5 are Palumbo, O'Hare, and Jindrak. So things look bleak, but then the crowd pops as coming in from the ringside area to Big Pop is Canyon, here for the first time since basically the Thrillers beat him down over a month ago, and he comes in, he slips in, boom, Canyon Cutter on Mark Jindrak. He Dice and Havoc rush him, he ducks under, big double flying clothesline, boom, Canyon Cutter and Dice. O'Hare comes for him, and he actually gets from behind, gets up in the Widowmaker, slips through, boom, Canyon Cutter. He faces off against Palumbo, and Palumbo backs off and rolls out of the ring as Angle and Walker recover. As the announcers put over that Kurt Angle, the Canyon is back, and he's here for revenge. As it gets a 98, because Canyon's real good. And then we have a backstage promo where Ray LePen, the U.S. champion, as Weber asks them about, the 4-way next week. And, LePen basically plays it off saying, I am the top international star in WCW, and this is shown by my U.S. championship. You see, I am greatness personified. I am the hottest rising star in WCW, and whomever wins that match next week, whether it is Romeo Rossi, Johnny Swinger, or even Hot Stuff Hernandez, whoever he is, they will get in the ring with Ray LePen, and I will show you that I am the next big thing in WCW, which is why I have this belt. 79, pretty typical heel promo, just sort of putting over, what's happening next, putting over the upcoming little mini feud here on Revolution. And we have Shelton Benjamin versus Cash, and this is really good despite not having a story at all. Benjamin gets a 76, Cash gets a 75. I mean, this is sort of like our undercard bagger match, suplexes, dives. Cash gets to hit his high impact indie style moves. He goes for the dead level, Benjamin gets out of it. And it says submission, but he hits him with a couple big suplexes. Hits a pay dirt right in the middle of the ring in another 10 minutes. It gets a pinfall win here on Revolution and a big singles win. This gets a 74. And yeah, not bad. Probably just hurt by the lack of storyline, but just wanted to sort of test that out. And then Booker T and Shelton Benjamin launch Celebrate to a 74, as this this grouping is still strong despite no longer being an official tag team. And then we get our next recap focusing on Kaz winning the #1 contender battle royale. And then we cut backstage where all that Alyssa Alexander has her title belt, and she says, "Last night I showed everybody that had battled me 1 second that it was not a fluke. I beat in Nikita Colt, the woman who has beaten every single woman of note in this business, right there in the middle of the ring, and showed I, without a doubt, this title belongs around my waist. But I'm going to prove myself every time in that get in the ring and show the fans they have a champion to be proud of, because I've come up and learned from the best, and every time in that ring, I get a little bit better. So whoever is the next contender, I'll be happy to face them and show that this is my belt now, and this is my women's division now." Pretty straightforward, fighting babyface promo, gets a 64, nothing fancy here. And then we finish things off with our main event. And of course, Jeff Hardy gets injured, which hurts our match here, because I can have never happen anything good here. Great match until it looks like Hardy strains his wrist. But, eventually, back and forth match. I imagine Hardy goes for a Swanton Bomb, but Helms gets his knees up. Helms actually hits a super kick and goes for that on Helm Street. But, Hardy rolls out of the way. Helms goes for a Vertebra Breaker late, but Hardy gets out of it, and Hardy's a House of Fire. It's the Will and the Wisp. But then as, the ref gets distracted, Kidman comes in, drops his neck on the ropes, and that allows Helms to hit the big super kick, hit the Nightmare on Helm Street, and pick up the win here on Revolution. This gets an 81, Hardy gets a 91, Helms gets a 90, but he hurts his wrist. And the show finishes with an 86. Okay, so still a really good show. Slightly annoying about the main event, but, shit happens, what can you do? Yeah, really solid show. Again, it's 2 months until the next pay-per-view, Bash at the Beach for Revolution, so they'll be waiting around a bit for that storyline. But yeah, still good stuff as we continue on the road here. And yeah, let's see here. As this loads, I'm going to look at Dean Allmark, who's a guy. Pretty decent star quality, actually, which I don't see, but this continued to load. Alright. Okay, so ECW is dead. Canyon said you're not wrong. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. Johnny Swinger. Oh, that's okay. Eric Bischoff stepped in personally to extend the contract of Johnny Swinger. I guess they're friends. That's interesting. Let's see here. Wanted to check something out. I'm sure this was it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's just basically out for the weekend. So as a quick check, let's look at our storyline. So Against the Darkness is at a 74. Captivating Nitro, which is basically our whole women's storyline, is at a 74. This is at an 82 still. Misty and Maverick, which is at 69. Never Know, which is now our tag title feud, at a 77. Respect Needs to Be Earned is at a 74. The New Chosen's at a 68. Expanding Horizons, which is sort of our women's tag feud, is at a 77. Legendaries at an 84. No Man Ortiz at a 78. Thrilling Angles at an 87. TV title feuds at a 54. Walking into Wars at an 86. And Who Do You Trust is at a 65. It was not done. I probably should have just restarted it, but hey, it is what it is. If we look at what the WWE did, we have SmackDown, which had Shaniqua, Selena Majors defeating Taylor Matheny and Elaine Joe Obscura in a 62. Farouk defeating John Cena. Cena's getting there, though. Devin DuBois defeating Mark Henry in a 78. Justice Kane and Brock Lesnar defeating Spike Dudley and the Samoan Gangster Party in a 78. Sure. Gladiator killing Marty Jannetty. The Undertaker defeating Scott Steiner in a 91. Because the world of Scott Steiner did not fall apart. And then the main event, Jericho and Christian, the world champion, the IC champion, defeating William Regal and Chris Benoit in a 99. And to be fair, this is a TV match in 2006 I can actually getting a 99. If we look around the wrestling world, of course, our Dev Fed, NWA Wildside. The TV show had Perkins and Bullet defeating Brian Danielson and Elijah Burke. One man here is basically ready. Let's see here. Hoyt, who you saw. And yeah, Tony Jones might be just a permanent Dev guy. Yeah, really, Austin Creed was in the main event, but he got a DQ win. And then if we look at the Weekly House Show, Jason Cross defeated John Phoenix to retain the NWA World title. Todd Saxton defeated Lance Hoyt. The Mighty Don't Kneel are your tag team champions for reasons. And yeah, undercard was our guys, and they're getting there. Some people are closer than others. If we look at AWQ, we have the Weekly Show. Millie Osaka defeated Emi Sakura in an 80. McCool and Madison Eagles defeated Portia Perez and Carla Chambers in a 49. Annette Blanchard, Madison Sinclair, and Mason Kong defeated Tracy Taylor, CJ Lane, and Tanisha Biggers. Yeah. So there you go on that. And if we look at HWA, they're doing stuff. Sean Tavari versus a Regen. Ray Steele, Danny Basham, Barry Bradburn, who's another Regen. Mustafa Ali is here, getting matches at 17 because they put his stats in as his now stats, basically. Ohio Valley Wrestling, Wiki Loop, really nothing of note here. The Regens are doing well. AJ Sparks is your Divas title champion still. Trent Baker is your OVW World Champion. Same thing. Yeah, nothing really of note. I guess, yeah. They have people on the undercard who could be good, but yeah. And then if we look around the wrestling world, again, if we go back to Revolution, let's see here. The Spanish Fed has Diablo Almirado versus Mark Verdun, who I don't know, which is interesting. Let's see here. Guy had a big show in front of 11,000 people. We had Cairo defeating Devil Masami, Mikasa Marta defeated Bloody Phoenix by DQ, and Nagayo and Maruno Nakishi defeat Double Inoue in a 65. So yeah. Best of the Best 6 happened, and in the actual tournament, we had Ruckus defeating Dixie, Bruzo Mancino defeating Hanson, future Ivar, I think. John Zanding defeated the Wall Brother. Rick Blade defeated Axel Rotten. Prophet defeated Nick Gage to retain the World Junior Heavyweight title. John Zanding defeated Rick Blade. Bruce Mancino defeated Nick Burkus in the semifinals. Amazing Red is still your CZW World Champion, and Bruce Mastino is your Best of the Best champion. Sure. APW had a big show. Bison Smith defeated Super Dragon. Michael Moss defeated Max Justice. Frankie Kazarian and Scott Andrews lost the tag title match. And yeah, Matt Jackson wrestled. Let's see, is there anything really else of note? I think that's it. CWF had a show. Nobody really of note. Tyson Duke. Kevin Steen had a draw. Kenny Omega's wrestling, but he's like 18 or really young. So yeah, there we are. So the road to Great American Bash continues. And like I said at the top of the show, we are going to be training over to TEW9 after SummerSlam 2006, when I, of course, as is tradition, take over the booking for a couple weeks and set up that big pay-per-view. But that's it for now. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and give it a like, comment below, start our channel for this series and my two TEW9 series. We're working in Pittsburgh Steel Wrestling, and who knows what else might pop up. But that's it for now. Talk to you later, and adios. Have a good one.